Hi everyone, this is Jeannie Ellis, also known as Scrapbooking Mama, and welcome to day 4 of the 12 Days of Christmas for the year of 2019. Now you see here a piece of wood, and it's pretty finished. It's got this little knot in it. I had to think what it was, but I'm going to have to work around it, and we're going to see what we can do with it. But I'm going to go ahead and put some gesso on it, some acrylic gesso on here to prepare it. And as soon as I get that done, I will be right back. Okay, now I have got the acrylic gesso on there. This is what I used there, Roundy. I got it at Hobby Lobby. I don't remember how much, but you can see I've been using it quite a bit. And I am going to now, and I did tape the edges down. You know, you don't have to, but I did because I'm going to try not to get paint on the edges. We'll see. So now I've got some paint that I'm going to be using. This is dry, but I'm not sure if this is the color that I'm wanting. It's called Tahiti Blue. And if it's not the right color, then what I can do is just add like a darker color to it. But it may not be too bad of a color, and it really looks kind of light to me right now. But we're going to check it out anyway. And I just simply use this brush to brush it on. And I'm not really liking how light it is, so I'm going to do something else here in a minute. I'll show you what I'm going to do. I want to finish painting this first. Paint this color first. And now that knot is going to have some white in it that didn't dry. I thought it dried, but apparently it did not. So I am going to take a little bit of black. And I'm just kind of going over it a little bit. And the thing about acrylic paint is that you can always paint over it again if you don't like it. So now, because I've got this black in here, it's going to be pretty dark. So this is just my experimental stage right now. I'm going to add a little bit of water into that. See if I can get it to lighten up. And it may work. It might just work. And what it's going to do is it's probably going to take different layers because I didn't have the right color of blue that I wanted. So we're just going to keep experimenting, but it's getting on that line. It's just a little dark. If you don't have the right color, you got to do some blending, don't you? Okay, now that's still too dark. Add some white into it, and I don't have a whole lot of white. I may have some in my storage, extra bottles. We'll see how this does. Yeah. Now that is much better. Much better. Yes, in fact, that may be the right color I was going for. Sometimes you just have to play with it. Now, it may look a little darker in the photo that you see or the video that you see, but it really is a lighter color than what it's showing. It's not real light, but it is lighter. I am going to take my heat gun and I am going to dry it. Now, right now, I am not going to worry too much about this in here because I plan on getting it taken care of as I go along. Uh, so anyway, now what I want to do is, again, it looks darker in the video, but it is lighter than that. I may go ahead and do it a little bit lighter. Let me see. Sometimes you got to be careful. You don't want to overdo your correction, and I have done that many, many times. So I don't want to do it again, but we're going to try it anyway. Sometimes you just have to take your chances. Do it. Now it's exactly what I wanted. The right color. So what you saw that I did there was kind of like a whitewash onto my base color. So I've got the acrylic gesso on it, and then I put the blue paint on it, and then I put white paint on top of, or black paint on top of that because the Tahiti blue was way too light or bright. Then I put on top of the black, I put some white. And while it was a pretty good color, now because I put a white wash on it, it looks, to me, it looks much better than it did. And I'm going to try to make sure that it's lightened up when you see it for the next step. So I've got to let this dry really good, and then I will go on with my next step. Okay, now here's the thing when you're doing something like this is that when you paint, I put on a face of a snowman and his little hat, and I don't know if you can see it very well or not, but there he is. And the thing of it is, when you do this and you've got a knot here or something, it may not be the way that you wanted it to do, but you can always decorate that with something, like a snowflake or something. So I'm going to see what I can do with that. But for now, I'm going to take my acrylic paint and I am just going to start painting the white part of the snowman, the hat. And you find out that when you do this painting, that you will probably have to do more than one coat. And the reason being is because you find that you have to do some trimming and all, or you get out of line, so you got to fix that. So it's going to take a couple of coats, and so I am going to go ahead and start painting as you see here and do what I can. And I will do this somewhat on the camera. I will tape it, and some of it I won't. So while it may not be exactly the way I planned as far as the style of the hat, snow on the hat, as long as it looks good, I think it'll be fine. Okay, I'm back with the finished product. If I had done it all on the camera, even in fast speed, it would have taken me a while. But anyway, I wanted to show you, what I did. Of course, you saw that I started out with the white, and I did the light colors first because I wanted the black to be the trim, if in case I need to fix some edges. And then I did the orange, and then I did the red band around the hat, and then I did the scarf, which I thought he came out pretty good, and he's got some snowflake sprinkles in there. And let's see, what did I do next? And of course, the black was the very last thing. Now, for the Let It Snow the words, I used this get it right, Galaxy marker. It's a paint like ink for dark. Oops, sorry. It's paint like ink for dark and light paper, it says. So, and it's from American Crafts, and it worked really well. I just had to use like 3 or 4 coats of it, and I may still do that, another coat of it. But anyway, I wanted to show this to you, and my phone may go off again, but I wanted to show this to you how it came out, and I'm very happy with it, and the color in the background was exactly what I wanted. So it worked out very, very well. It's much better than I was afraid it would. Oh, and along the edges, I used a sponge. Now, I just had that. I used a sponge and I dabbed around the edges just slightly. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for the next video of day 5, 25 Days of Christmas. Thank you for watching, and many blessings.